The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Indiana's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not clean. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get them in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give them a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the passing attack, they were going to attack all areas of the field. And right out of the gate, first drive, they go deep down the middle of the field, and they come up with a big one.
Using his legs, it's Buckley. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Across the 45. Oh, a lot of space. Lowers those pads. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. To the air, it's Mendoza. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Here's the pressure. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
That is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
And the try is no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Give to the running back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season to the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one. Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense, a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
Toss sweep to the right. Turns it on in midfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
And the Buckeyes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Finds his big tight end. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The offense knocking on the door. First and goal. He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing it, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Lost a throw on first down. A strike downfield. It's a seam wide open. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Barker. Now the connection takes it to the 11. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll go to the ground. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Pulls and fires complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And you really want to pay this drive off. This is a nice drive by this offense. Got to keep it going. Got to keep the foot on the gas. Obviously trailing with a chance to tie this football game.
Touchdown, Hoosiers! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. The extra point here would tie the game. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react to from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Oh, they're after him. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Rodgers. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's St. Clair. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him at the 22. 15-yard pickup on the play. And a 1st down just outside the red zone.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They'll try to add another to their lead. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Bring in the heat. And the defense gets loose. Bring in the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Cradles it at the 35. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Porter. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. He'll take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball with different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking for the goal line. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, and he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Texas pulled out the victory on...
And he pumps it up inside the 20. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And the Hoosiers in the hurry up. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Barker. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
It's complete. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Hoosiers will have it 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. He'll pull it down and run. Complete to the left. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And and that one sails through the back of the end zone.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Makes a catch down the right side. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
And the Hoosiers will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll start the third quarter with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Try to get the edge with the toss play here. Breaks into the open. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Here's a heat. Catch in the middle, it's Thurman. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Caught over the middle. It's Thurman. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. the bootleg, wants to throw it. And the defense aim got him at the 27. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it at the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The Hoosiers are moving quickly down the field. The inside handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Indiana! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Quickly out to the tight end. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll go to the toss. Picks up the first down, still moving. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, Mountain West teams colliding in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. UNLV rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. A busy day in the Mountain West and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, try to convert through the air.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. He lobs one high down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Reads it, fires complete. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Hoosiers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And some room to work. Jukes his way for more. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's got it on the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. The Hoosiers look to keep this drive humming. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Pressure coming. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Converts on 4th down, still going. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Quarterback on the keeper. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that sack.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He is way, way short of the line to gain, and they'll have to turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions.
He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Indiana.
You cannot say enough about this quarterback's toughness on that one. Staring downfield, knowing he's going to get absolutely blasted by the defender, and still somehow able to deliver an accurate throw way down the field. It just does not get any better than that from the quarterback position.
Everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Snagged in the middle. It's Singleton. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. 1st down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Off-play action on 1st down. Under fire. Trying to get rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Complete downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Got it in the middle. It's Barker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Hoosiers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gonna look downfield again. Snagged out of the air. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. The Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
A few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play.
There he goes. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. It's first down from the 11. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Going to sling it on second down. That's reeled in. It's Buckley. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Hoosiers want to move quickly. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. What a job to lay out and make the catch. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. And they'll knock him down. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. The Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Pocket breaking down. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Picks it up. That's a live ball. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers in the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Ohio State.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. Go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree.